I post a game every day until I reach 500 elo. I am currently rated 421. Okay, so we are black. We will try to get into the Carocon. We are that. Okay, so we'll get some reverse London happening. And we obviously have to retreat that to there. And it looks like they want to try possibly to take here, yes, and disrupt king side. And there is a file on both things open. So if I take back with this pawn, and I've got this totally open file and this here. So now if I gotta develop pieces here, we will bring this knight out. That pawn is currently undefended. There we are. As I say it, they are going to defend it. And I can bring this mountie up here. And obviously we'll see what side they intend to castle on, and then we'll figure out where we would like to do our castling, because there's files all over here. So bring my bishop over here. My queen you can put here. Okay, so that wants to come over. If I take, then he takes back, and he has a pawn there. I'll take. Okay, and I have to move the knight. I put it here, he can just take it, and I can't put it over there, so he would have to go somewhere, like possibly if I put him here, he is attacking this pawn, which is undefended at the moment. Obviously, they can start thinking of defending it. So I will go over here. And he's going to protect that. If I come up here, I put him in check. And does that do anything? Because my rook is looking there. This other rook needs to get activated with things. They both need to have open files. So if I do get my queen here, it is also attacking that. The only problem is I would have to get this pawn up and then see what happens. I have the bishop on it if he takes first, and the knight. So I think putting the queen here looks like a good plan. Before anything like that happens, though, I need to develop the rest of my pieces. Now I have to decide whether my king is going to go one side or the other. Okay, So my queen obviously has to move. He goes here, he puts him in check, and when I look at this knight, I don't see anything defending it. So I will put him in check and he will deal with that. And then we have to see, okay, he moves that to go in front, okay. So now pretty much this knight is pinned. So let's try to get something to maybe get into that. If I bring what over? I can obviously attack it again with my rook. And I can bring knight up. My bishop can't do anything. He can go over here and put him in check. And then he can't put anything in the way. So you could also castle on the king side right now, and then I will have rooks to go up in there. There's so little happening on this side of the board for him. Nothing has been developed yet, so this pawn is obviously protected by the rook, so is there something that another piece of mine could do? It doesn't seem like it's so easy. So I will castle. And then we can start trying to do some other things. Okay, so that I could bring my queen back to here, or I could also consider another spot. Like if I go here, is she just gonna get attacked again? If I go here, I'm on that file automatically, and this knight is undefended at the moment. So I think that would be something that he has to deal with. Okay. So the knight's coming up there again, and it is not defended still. So if I bring the queen back over, then I attack it again. Because I can't leave it where it is. Okay, so now it is defended by the queen. So if my bishop, I keep looking at that bishop coming here to put him in check. And there's nothing to go in front. He would have to move his king. I also want to get this file here before he does, so perhaps I have to just do that. So now he's going to push that, so I have rook on that. I can't put my rook here to double them up. I could push this pawn to attack his knight. And knight can go here and it's attacked. Can go over here. So I'll start trying to kick that knight out of there. It goes there. Now I'm able to double my rocks. So we will start doing that. Make sure that there's no immediate pieces on the squares that I want to go into. That bishop is on there now. So bring that rook over here. If my rook comes up here, anything, we have equal material. If I put my queen here, no, they're the knight. Okay, that is not an option. So if he goes, she goes here, the knight again. So something has to get in and get that knight out of there. I could bring, oh, this square is, that pawn is a problem. Okay, all of these pawns are difficulties, so if I do put them in check, is there something my bishop can get over in behind here? Because it's really having a little bit of problem with some squares from those pawns. Is it something where it could be trapped? Like if that pawn is pushed, well, he can't push it when I put him in check. He has to move the king or put something in the way, which the only thing that can go in the way would be the queen. Okay, so I'm trying to think if that's a good idea or not. And I can't forget what I have going on over here because we have this under attack, which is protected by the queen, and we don't want to just go hang our knight over here, but we could probably get him in behind a few things. Check. Queen protects all of this, so that's no good for the bishop going there. If he goes here, he attacks that again. It just depends on where, yeah, see, the king has went where I can't just move him into a better spot. If they push a pawn here, is my bishop going to be pretty much trapped? But I just push my pawn. Say he takes, and then I can take back. Then my bishop is looking at his rook. I'm taking a defense off of this. This is gonna get weakened. And I've got two pawns, so he does that. And make sure I can do this without losing a piece. Okay. Now my rook is looking, or my bishop is looking up at that rook. My queen. Okay, so he moves the rook. So this here is, from what I can see, undefended. It is not defended by any pawns, and it's not defended by any pieces. The queen would be attacked. Okay. So he goes there, which is now attacking that knight. And what else can this knight do? Seems like he's doing pretty good. He goes right here. He's attacking that bishop. And if I'm up a pawn, then I should consider maybe taking more things off the board. So if I go there, it's protected by the pawn, and I'm looking at that. This is defended by that pawn, so let's put the knight there. Okay. If I take that right now, then he can't just obviously, he has to try to take back. I gotta think of that. So at the moment, my knight protects this square if the bishop wanted to come up there. So I will first take him there, and he has to either take me back or take that. And if he takes back over here, something else will have to happen. Okay, so he chooses to do that. And now his rook is looking down here. And he needs more in there. So what I have to do is possibly move my king over because he needs a spot to go, maybe. My knight is ready to be taken, though, so if I put him back here, he is attacking that. My queen is looking there, okay. So I'm not just going to drop my knight. We will put back here. He comes over, so now he has another piece in there. So I will obviously push a pawn. If I push, then he takes, and I don't have, oh, I have this to take back with. And, okay, I push here. He takes, I take back. My king can go here. He can start pushing things, so we definitely need to make spots for my king to go. Because there's obviously some checking gonna be happening. Okay, so everything over here is defended. Okay, so I have to move this king. It has to go here. That's the only square. He will continue to try to give me a hard time. Now he can do this pawn here. So now material is equal. He's putting me in check again. If I put my king right here, then can the knight put me in check and the queen? Okay. And I obviously have rooks here to start taking the queen if oh, there's just many pieces going to put me in check. So if I go here with my king, I'm getting chased up, though eventually everything won't be protected. For example, this is not protected. Now his queen is not protected. Oh, and they have resigned because maybe because they have realized that the queen is hanging. Because I was going to take that in just a moment. So, okay, well, thanks for watching and bye.